Welcome to lesson 2. In lesson 2, we'll be adding some components into our screens, components that we'll be using for this project, okay? So the very first component we'll be adding is the layout, okay? We'll be adding a layout. Now what's a layout? A layout is a type of arrangement in which our component will take. So the layout we'll be using for this project is a vertical layout, okay? So to get the vertical layout, you go to your user interface. Now to get to the layout, you go to your palette, select layout, go to general, and look for vertical arrangement, okay? Click on it and drag it into your screen like this, okay? One more thing we'll do is to set the property of this vertical arrangement so that it occupies the entire length of our screen, okay? To do that, you go to height and select the parent, and as well you go to width and select the parent. But make sure you click on the vertical arrangement before you do these keys, okay? Why not pause this video? Set the height and width of your vertical arrangement to fit parent. When you are done, click on the play button and we'll continue the lesson. Welcome back. Having done that, it's time to now add in the other components into this vertical arrangement. And this component will take a vertical format in their arrangement, okay? The very first component we need into this vertical arrangement is a button, okay? To get the button, you go to user interface on your palette and select button. Click on it and drag it onto your vertical arrangement. So the next thing you do, in order to keep track of this button, we have to give it the proper name so that we don't forget what that button is meant for. To give this button a proper name, what you do, you click on the button and rename it, and then you call it the reset button. So you delete this one and type reset button, and then you click rename, okay? So the next component we'll be needing is a spacer. We want to be able to space the button from the next image we'll be bringing into our vertical arrangement. Okay, to get the spacer, you still have to go to your layout, and click on general. You will see a spacer. Click on it, or a space, click on it and place it just underneath the first reset button, okay? Like I said, this spacer is meant to separate one component from another component, okay? And the next component we'll be adding to this project is another button component, okay? So we'll go back to the user interface. You click on the button and you place it just underneath the spacer. So you observe that there's a space between the first reset button and the other button, okay? So what we'll do now is to give this button a unique name, this other button, okay? This button will be called, so click on the rename icon, make sure the button is selected and call it the ship button, because this is the ship. This button will contain the image of the ship that you will click on. So call it the ship button, and then you click on rename. Why not pause this video? Try to place in the three components I've added into this vertical arrangement: the reset button component, the space component, and another button called the ship button components into our vertical arrangement. When you are done, click play on the video and we shall continue this lesson. Welcome back to the lesson. So far so good. all the components we dragged into our screens are all visible components. It means that we can see them, okay? We could touch them and we can see them, okay? So what's missing now is the way it looks like. So right now the app does not look nice because there are a lot of things, and I can't see the pictures, the screen title is not there, and the button type and text are not in place, okay? So our next task is to work on the properties of these components, okay? So the very first component we're working on is the screen component. So make sure you click on the screen component, okay? The very first thing we work on is the title of the screen, okay? Let's delete the screen one there and let's put the actual title of this screen, okay? Delete it, and then what you're going to type is getting to know you, okay, and press enter, okay. That is going to replace the screen one title to getting to know you, okay. The other change we are going to make is to give our screen the picture of the green feed or the farm we uploaded earlier on, okay. To do that, you go to the background image, okay, somewhere up there, and you select what? The green feed, okay. So actually the screen now shows the picture of the green feed, but you can see it's there, but our vertical layout is blocking it. So we're going to do something very soon when we get to the vertical arrangement to make it more visible, okay. Why not pause this video, change the properties of your screen one, change the screen title, and change the background image. When you are done, click play on the video and we shall continue this lesson. Welcome back. I haven't done that. The next component we'll be working on is the vertical arrangement. Remember, I told you that the vertical arrangement currently blocks the background image of your screen because we placed in the vertical arrangement on top of the screen. So we have to find a way to make this vertical arrangement transparent so that we can see the background image of our screen. To do that, you click on the vertical arrangement, go to background color, and set the color that says none, and click on set. So what happens is that you've just made the vertical arrangement transparent, okay. The next properties we are going to work on is we want to centralize all the buttons and spacers instead of it to be at the center of our vertical arrangement. To do that, you go to your align horizontal and select what? Center, so that the buttons and the spacer will appear on the center of our vertical arrangement. So I will click on align horizontal and select what? Center. Wow, you observe now that the buttons and the spacer are all appearing on the center of our app. Why not pause this video? Try to change the properties of your vertical arrangement. First of all, click on the background color, select the none, make it colorless, and also click on align horizontal and select center. When you are done, click on the video and we shall continue this lesson. Welcome back. The next component we're working on is the reset button. We'll do a couple of things to the reset button. For example, we'll be changing the color, we're working on the text, we'll be working on the font size, okay. So let's go. To start with that, you have to click on the reset button, you click on background color and select the color pink and click on set, okay. Now you can see the color of our button is pink, okay. The next thing I want to do is to increase our font size to size 16, and finally we are going to work on the text. Okay, we don't want to see text for button 1 any longer. Rather, we will see you scared are. We'll see what? You scared are. So type it. You scared are. Okay, which also means the reset button. So you press enter, that will become the new text of our button. Why not pause this video, try to change the properties of your reset button, change the color, change the font size, and change the text. When you are done, click play on the video and we shall continue this lesson. Welcome back. The next component we'll be working on is the space component. Okay, to modify the property of the space component, we have to first of all click on it. Okay, and we want to be able to separate the two buttons we have there, the reset buttons and the shift buttons, by some space, right? So I think so to do that, you click on the space component and we have to adjust the height so that there will be a lot of space between those two components. So we click on the height and we put in a value of 200 pixel, and then you click enter. It's going to create enough space between the first button and the second button. Why not pause your video, try to increase the height of your space component, use the value of 200 pixels. When you are done, click play on the video and we'll continue this lesson. Welcome back. Having done that, the last visible component we are going to work on is the shape button. Okay, what we'll be doing there is to replace the button's image with the picture of the ewe. Remember I said we have to click on the ewe to make the blah sound. Okay, so what you do, first of all, click on the shape button. Of course, you first of all delete the text there, because it will contain an image. There should be no text written on it. So we have to go to the text and we'll delete any text we see there. Okay, delete it, make sure it's empty. So I'll go to the image and select the picture of the sheep. Okay, select the sheep. Okay, now observe something. The sheep has appeared as the button image, but it looks too big. It looks very big. It's bigger than our screen. So we have to find a way to adjust the size of this image. To do that, we have to adjust the height and weight of the button property. So to do that, you go to height. Okay, let's try to make the height 150. And also, let's try to adjust the width and give the value of 150 as well. And press enter. Now, this app looks much better. The sheep looks as if it's inside the farmland, the green field, and the reset button is looking much better, and the sheep button is looking very good. Okay, why not pause this video? Try to do yours. Try to change the properties of your sheep button, delete the text, and under the image, select the sheep image. When you are done, click on the video and we'll see in the next lesson.